America defined in a single word.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with
Foothills in the Himalayas with Xi
Xi
Jinping.
Jinping, traveling with him. I guess we traveled 17,000 miles when I was vice president. I don't know.
Himalayas happen to be over here between China and India.
The foothills of the Himalayas with
Foothills. I wish I knew what that means, though. I wish I knew. What I do know is that this president was elected. Yeah, a person that doesn't actually speak any sense was elected, basically by a women party, by the lefties. And why would they choose a president like that? Right? And they don't know why they lost to Trump next time? Well, surprise, surprise. The system is broken. But one principle follows. You would still choose slightly better things over worse things, okay? No matter how broken things would get, you would still not take even more broken things in exchange. So even though American politics look like a fucking joke, you know, people just pick the least broken thing. Give them a break, right? Don't bother them of like, oh, you voted for Trump, you voted for this thing, blah, blah, blah. Don't bother them too much. That's not where all the changes come from. Definitely not coming from what could be considered a dumbass. Because I would describe America as anti-society, sparking a question. Maybe they're the ones making the dead internet come to life. Because again, there's evil people and there's good people. And the Americans exclusively have taken over the internet, and it fucking shows that there's evil people and there's the good people. And you have to decipher which one is which, because it's not the easiest fucking thing here. Not the only one LARP theorist, but here's my new channel. I told you I will do it. I'm doing it. And I'm not active on my main channel as much because I have a mission. But the views are kind of tanking. I got myself this semi-viral thingy. And I guess it's done now. Until further notice. I did not expect someone to be right saying LARPing is just going to be a very short-lived phase, but why not? I haven't received that many subscribers this fast before, so that would be plus 28 subscribers. Again, I would grow so much faster if I created a perfect microphone setup, because this is what you get out of me, right? You get a little PNG and my voice. So yeah, I can improve on 2 levels. The second one is the harder one, the visual style. I'm just living my life. Alright, I'm just talking about things that I need to solve. I need to solve what capitalism is. But in this video, I need to solve the anti-society debate. Like, what's going on with these Americans? It's gonna be my starting point.
Women are delusional in dating. I say this as a professional matchmaker and as a woman who lived inside delusion for 43 years.
Now the question is, like, why would you be delusioned yourself if you are professional, right? Although the reality is probably they fake it until they make it, them fucking Americans. Anyway, she brings up the 1% idea that if you want a rich and tall man, and you probably get a tall man first and then a rich man second, when it comes to stack of traits, you're talking about 1% of men. That's pretty delusional if you're chasing after 1%. If you apply communism ideology, though, you figure out how to do it properly, right? The rarity grows. You either have a good relationships that's growing on their own terms, or you are trying to upgrade, trying to find a better person. Or, like me, I get fucking nothing. I have to work with fucking nothing. There is no starting point. No one invents a starting point, even though if we actually wanted to have jobs or relationships, someone has to, be offering relationships and jobs. Someone has to go out there and start offering. It does not exist. You cannot just go to the jobs center and get a job. That's not how it works. There has to be multitude of job centers. They have to be more welcoming and give you some fucking rewards for just checking in. Just let me go. But no, it rewards has to come from the government itself, right? The benefits. All of this is a fucking broken system beyond belief. And of course, women gonna find themselves living in a delusion just because the system is broken, and somehow it allows more and more broken minds to just operate on their own terms. Because freedom. You get to dictate your world. You want a man that's sitting in 1%? Okay, go get him. It's up to you anyways. But are realistic strategies to grow yourself into that position? You grow your relationships, meaning that you have to grab a boyfriend just to have one. That's it. And you both have to understand it's like, well, this might not be a serious relationship, but this is where we start. Whatever happens, happens. If I bounce and trade you off to a different person, my hope is that it's going to be better than you. Or you can just simply keep up. If I was placed into this, I would be 0.1%. Okay, I'm a little bit more rare. And definitely more rare than anti-society wants to admit. I have my values. I can put the values on the table, but the other person also has to put their values on the table. It has to match. Matching is the same amount of values that gets put on the table. And when you say, okay, that's it, and the game ends, and it's like, oh, okay, we can have a relationship, there's enough values, that's great. You build a connection, you build a bridge, right? But for anyone to match my set of values fully, to have a one-on-one relationship, I'm sorry, bro. That's fucking hardcore right now. And yet I can't wait until women even fucking attempt such a thing. I actually seen a post of I'm a 35-year-old virgin and I just focused on self-improvement, and it's like, yeah. That was a woman saying that. That was fascinating. But when you see people post something and they have trillions of comments to go through, it's like, well, you definitely opened up for people to judge the shit out of you or give you a lot of attention. What are you gonna do now? Because you kind of invested into this. People care about you. I think TikTok is quite dangerous. TikTok is quite dangerous for making people viral.
Instagram gotta be the worst app ever, bro. What even is it? I don't understand that app. What is the point? It's just a bunch of people watching your story, not saying shit.
The point of Instagram is not for men to understand, it's for women. Women to make tiny updates about themselves. Or actually not tiny, I mean, you get married, you make 3 posts about getting married, you get a house, you get a fucking new pet, whatever it is. You make a couple of posts here and there about every single thing that happens. You travel to a different location. I have to post something because I did the thing, I achieved something, right? You should be able to understand what Instagram is for. It's just not supposed to be entertainment for the masses. Well, unless you're single, then, women are gonna be hot on Instagram. So it's like, bro, you just don't know how to use the damn thing. But I understand.
If you think the dead internet theory is as scary as I do, you need to watch this.
So here it comes, and I probably will have to talk about it on my theory channel exclusively as well, because it's a theory. But I'm not going to exclude it right now. I'm going to show you a snippet, but we're probably going to dive deeper. There's a reason to subscribe. I'm just saying. It's a real fucking channel. I'm not fucking around, and I'm posting daily because that's just the way I do content. And YouTube doesn't fucking like that right now because it's Mr. Beastified fucking trash. Give us high-level content. Oh my god. Give us a headache. And obviously the first comment I received is a hate comment, okay? Like, why am I always immediately excluded? Did I break too many rules? Did I do something wrong? And yet the reality is, like, people want to be impressed somehow. People want to have the control over you in a way.
Video because that shit is so fucking real, and it's insane. So this is a video. It's about the woman who walked into the water with the 2 dead fish. But just watch this. It's fucking crazy.
Y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water, the first thing that came to my mind was Yemaya.
2 dead things.
Y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into the water, the first thing that came to my mind was Yemaya. In addition to that,
She turns around. She's
2 dead fish in her.
y'all, as soon as I seen the video of the woman holding the 2 fish walking into
Now, why is it happening? It's actually quite explainable, especially on TikTok. It's fucking thief market, by the way. But it's a soundbite. You copy the soundbite and you repost a bunch of fucking shit that you've seen. Why are people doing this? What is incentivizing them? That's the actual death of, like, why would you even bother to be so unoriginal, so fucking pathetic? Where people can find a thread on the internet with just, like, the most questionable behavior. And there's more posts like that. What can you do? It's just fucking lip syncing, right? But fundamentally, there's no good outcome out of this. You're not actually making content. You're not actually doing anything personal. So any attention you get is completely worthless. This freaks me out, man. It's just, everything is so freaky for way too fucking long now. But the anti-society is shining through. People doing unexplainable things.
Don't text them too much because people get bored whenever you show them too much attention. Guys, why are we complicating love so much? Why do I have to pretend that I hate someone in order for them?
Well, you don't have to listen to stupid people, right? No one asks you to do that. You can just live your own life. See, the funny thing about being smart is you will come up with your own better strategy of how to behave. And if it throws the other person off, usually you can use it in your advantage of, like, they're too weak to understand, to comprehend. Like, I've heard another TikTok of, like, well, there's, like, ultra-rich person, ultra-busy person, but they reply immediately. They reply immediately because that's just better that way. It's better to solve problems fast if you have the opportunity to do so. Not to fucking contemplate on it. If your reply can solve a problem, you just fucking do it. The first anti-society thread I had to encounter is the fact that YouTubers don't sit in the comment section talking to people, right? What is this anti-social fucking behavior? Like, people responded to your video. You don't give a fuck about anyone individually? Are you kidding me? And so some other YouTubers capitalize on that of, like, hey, it's such a novelty to even fucking see your comments. I will make a video about it. Compiling your comments or doing a Q&A sessions and whatnot. And so it becomes extra antisocial because people are just kind of praising your work. nothing is happening in the comment section. It's all just a waste of fucking time. It's so mind-numbing of like, what are people even doing? They enjoying the broken system? They love it? But that's what stupid people do. They can't possibly acknowledge problems. They can never do that. They just accept whatever the almighty thing is. Even lust can become almighty, apparently. But even the YouTubers can become almighty. And it's like, well, we have to make this trend of LARPing and we have to copycat YouTubers. That's the only way. There's no other way. Like, if you do it wrong, I mean, you fucking not doing it. Not doing it at all. So Americans basically exposing themselves for following the almighty the best way they can. Here's some material for other videos.
Did you guys see that email, the Mr. Beast email that was sent out to his entire team?
So I don't know, but Rosanna knows, so we'll check it on my Beast Reamer channel.
I work in the oil field and I make $16,000 a month. And I hear a lot of people say, must be nice and easy money. But trust me, this job is not easy. And you earn every penny that you get paid out here. You work 15-hour shifts for 30 days.
Now, if I've worked this fucking long, goddamn, I would be a billionaire. I have what it takes. Now, because I'm working mental job, it's not that easy to put in 15 hours. 15 hours is your entire fucking day. You're just basically in a soul prison to squeeze money out of your soul. I mean, that's crazy. For me, I'm just happy that my life is naturally progressive, so I can improve myself gradually and everything fundamentally shifts to a better place. Even if the world around me says, fuck no, I'm gonna become a more evil person, the world around me just keeps falling apart. I'm still, like, being yourself a stable personality. Like, you can escape toxic environment, or you can even shut it down sometimes with confrontations. You know, I had to go through that phase of a lot of drama, a lot of diarrhea I had to go through, because the body is hardly capable of withstanding so much stress. And moments like this makes me glad that I don't have to figure out how jobs work in a broken system. Fucking hell, dude.
Straight in a 90-degree heat and minus 40 below weather conditions. And whether you're sick, tired, it doesn't matter. You must show up every day.
Now my job is understanding I'm a valuable person for the future. All I have to do is survive. Nobody cares about me because this is the nature of capitalism. No one's gonna care about individual. No one's gonna look around and be like converging your attention into you personally, unless you are cranking those achievements left and right, and you're basically first in some kind of capacity. You're first. You're the hot topic. I don't know what really has to happen, because I fucking didn't manifest it. I manifested a whole different path where I just, like, gradually climb. Don't worry about it. I manifest a whole different direction than whatever Americans do. Alright, Americans have basically kind of set of rules of, like, let's impress people in just first few seconds. They are able to fucking extract maximum attention. I can't do that shit, bro. It feels a little bit dishonest too, and it takes a lot of effort to just pump the first 5 seconds to captivate audience. Fucking crazy. I'm okay with gradual improvement. We don't have to freak on this one.
And you must perform. And besides that, this job is extremely dangerous. A lot of people get hurt out here. A lot of people lose fingers. And even fatalities do occur in this field. Yes, the money is good, but you miss out on so much life. And especially if you have a family, if you have kids, you will miss on birthdays, you'll miss Thanksgivings.
You get the idea.
When are we as a society going to admit that the point of lolcowing someone is for them to kill themselves? Because after a person has been lolcowed, there's really nothing they can do. They can't show their face on the internet, and even if they left the internet and one of you guys caught them outside, one of you psychopaths caught them outside, you just harass them out there too, and then you keep making videos about them. There's no safe space. Am I supposed to believe the point is not for them to just take their life? Like that one girl that said that she's a conventionally attractive lesbian. Y'all made her delete her whole account just because she said she was pretty. Just because she said she was conventionally attractive. Why do you, when are...
Do you notice something? Americans have a difficult time siding with, like, do I side with society or do I side with anti-society? It's like, well, the point is for them to kill themselves, right? Like, don't you, like, no, what... She can't even say the words of, like, don't you find this, like, appalling and stupid, right? She cannot criticize. You cannot criticize Americans because they are entangled with the anti-society. You cannot criticize anti-society. They're gonna get really fucking mad. If you side with society, they will fucking charge at you and fucking let them have it. You have to be concerned of not siding with the good people. And she does not seem concerned. Now, when it comes to lolcowing, new word, by the way, it's technically making a bunch of videos, making fun, or taking advantage, making drama videos, right, about certain YouTubers. And it's like, bro, your channel is flammable. You can be taken down, one way or the other. I don't see how... it's a bad thing. Yes, a weak YouTuber gets to be sacrificed for the lolcows. What can we do? Not everyone gets to survive. The weak ones will be eliminated, and anti-society works fucking tirelessly to do just that one thing. Is to find the weak ones to predate on. It is what it is. They have to survive somehow as well, so they would be desperate to do that. But it's the ultimate proof of anti-society. I mean, Pirate Software didn't really deserve all the fucking hate, but fuck it, right? Let's drag him down. And, well, now people are actually resisting pretty well. I think Quartering is resisting pretty well, and Pirate Software survived it quite well. I hope I don't have to worry about it too much. And lolcows are kind of exposing themselves to the point where, well, does TikTok exist? So, look, guys, I wish they made video about me. I still haven't gotten cancellation notice from anyone, so hurry the fuck up. If I'm not intimidating nobody and everyone can just fucking hate me whenever they feel like it, let's go. Let's see it. Let's see what you can find. What kind of dirt you can dig out of me. Start laughing at me, bro. But that's the problem. They have to predate on, like, big people, not small ones. They can't take advantage of small ones, but you have seen this face, right? You've heard of this man. And increasingly you have heard more and more and more. We can tear him down even more because now it's entertainment. Everyone is in on it. It has its own phases in it. But the goal is for them to take their lives, right? Do we share the same goal? I mean, what the fuck, man? So I can't even tell. Is she in anti-society or what? Like, what's going on there?
People are just evil nowadays. It seems like people just harbor a lot of negative emotions. They just evil.
Again, every single time you have to question of, like, but where do you side with this?
This is the reason to why I don't even want to deal with people no more. I'd rather just stay to myself. I'm tired of people. You know? I'm tired of people. Like, I done got to the point to where, you know, I'm seeing that it's best.
But bro is vibing.
To just not deal with people. It's best to just isolate yourself, stay to yourself, do your own thing, You know, stay away from
That's how capitalism works. You keep it to yourself with your privacy that you own.
family too. You know?
Because you don't want, like, capitalism is fundamentally very destructive. You just want to keep it to yourself because all they're gonna do is try and destroy stuff. Again, lolcow is a destructive force. Finding a weak person and destroying their lives. Yep. Burnout, we actually even touched on that on my theory channel. There are some sacrificial things that you produce. Like for me, my thoughts are sacrificial. No one cares about who I am as a person, so my thoughts are officially private. Right? You cannot identify me, so my thoughts are private. And I can share them. Because why would I keep thoughts private? Like, thoughts are used for conversations. And then it's like, can I have conversations? No. And then I'm going to post it on the internet. It's just the natural evolution of my thoughts in my head and where they're supposed to fucking go. Not a landfill, by the way, not trash. They're neatly organized in a library of other thoughts that I have. Because there's a lot.
You know, I don't even go around family no more because I just see that people are evil, man. Your own family could be evil.
Anti-society net. This guy's ours. We're taking that guy.
A kid came up to me yesterday telling me his best friend killed himself because he couldn't find a job. Because he was promised one at university, and at university they told him he was brilliant, and when he came out 9 months later he couldn't find a job. So much...
University promised a job. Well, it's actually a government hostage program, actually. And it's crippling to see the outside world, like, operate on a whole different way. Most of the time you would force yourself to evolve and build small business, some kind of small way of enticing people to use your produce. Maybe you just cook something out in a corner of the street. Like, it's the most basic business, right? But yeah, like, school does not inject you with the mindset of walking around and searching for a job. It doesn't happen. It doesn't help you with the most fundamental fucking part. Like, it promised you a job? Are you fucking kidding me? So, you should go from school straight to a job. And you should always constantly attempt every single year to get, like, 10 jobs in particular, or whatever. Like, school should always throw you every single month into a new job. And you come back of like, okay, we have to learn this. Like, school is not even again, it's a broken system. School is just a fucking hostage program to cram you with a bunch of useless information. It's insane. If anything, it's insane. Now, how much of the story is valuable for us? I don't know. But it sounds real. It sounds like a real struggle. Because you get overwhelmed of like, shit, I was hostage this whole time and now I have to solve a real problem that nobody told me how to fucking solve? What the fuck is happening here?
Escher killed himself. What the fuck have we done? There are 716,000 kids.
Well, the question is, what are we gonna do? We can still turn this around.
Alright, brushing my...
We're gonna talk about brushing teeth in my tech video. I'ma just say it. Maybe I've mentioned it, but this stick is pretty life-changing. You don't want no toothbrushes no more when you get this thick. The convenience of it is just magical because, like, it's a self-cleaning device. Because you go deeper and deeper into the deeper layers of it. And it potentially has additional stuff in it that makes it like a naturally cleaning tool. Like, it's fucking fantastic. To the point where it's like, damn, Africans just live better lives. Fucking hell, they have better teeth, so they're still kind of rich, actually. And this guy failed his challenge. Experts recommended hydrogen peroxide, which I also started using. Although, it feels a little bit disappointing. It feels like it does affect my mouth more than my teeth. It's pretty fucking obvious. It's a mouthwash, But for the first time, my mouth was affected significantly. My teeth, not so much. You can feel the kind of cleanliness, but only when you use the miswag do you get the real effect of like, damn, this is mad. I don't even know if
Okay, so with
toothbrushes
just
can
these
get that
two,
level.
nothing really happens. Neither of them has an advantage, and they keep setting the same price over and over again. But now, what if we add that second buyer with the lower maximum price? What do you expect to happen? The price of rockets ends up creeping upward. Every single day, at least one of the buyers doesn't get to take home a rocket, so that buyer ends up raising the price it's willing to pay, but the seller is almost always able to make a deal with one of the buyers, so they also end up raising their expected price. This continues until the price is at or above.
Well, supply and demand, guys. The most basic concept of how many apples there are, how many apples people want to purchase, and how many producers of apples there are that people choose to shop at. The simulation is oversimplifying quite a bit, but yeah, you can find out some basic principles by watching stuff like this.
If you genuinely believe that a human being can earn $1 trillion from hard work, if you genuinely believe
Hard work of deceiving humanity,
that
maybe.
brown immigrants are the reason why you can't afford house.
The problem is to not look up or down, is to look towards evil, and then you can point a finger to evil. It's not up where the billionaires are, and that doesn't make them automatically evil. It's not down where the poor people are. It's everywhere. All around us. Evil is all around us. Usually, the middle ground are the most balanced people. They have the lesser evil. Less capacity for evil because they have just enough resources to stop harassing everyone for more resources. And they also, they establish themselves, right? They have access to normal life. They're not going to be annoyed by how poor they are. They're not going to they're going to have access to healthcare and some basic education things, going to have access to friends and nice things to consume, right? So they're going to stay happy and they're not going to be chasing more because it should be automatically harder in the first place, or they just have a routine. So I think middle class, middle kind of people in the middle, they're supposed to be the nicest by default.
Healthcare, groceries, while you're not paid a livable wage, while looking at a motherfucker who's worth.
Anyways, I'm not gonna let him ground his propaganda. Evil is everywhere. Money is not a moral system, okay? Money's just everything stripped away. Capitalism strips away everything and destroys everything. It actually asks you to become a private person and hide yourself. Everything else becomes monetizable. People are trying to monetize homeless people, so think about it. The nature of advertisement is to predate on people and to turn them into an advertisement. To make them sell their souls for money. Of oh, I stand for this company. Money is not a moral system. No up and down will get you the evil people. You won't be able to point that out. Money can simplify a lot of things, but it cannot simplify morality.
What if we all just stop working and we let money lose its value and we just...
So that's another problem, is money is already the only thing left is the trading system. You cannot cut the arteries because the whole thing is going to fall apart. The whole system will fall apart. We can live a broken system or we can make it fall apart. We can kill it. We don't want to lose money per se. We want more currencies. We want more numbers of different kinds. We want to associate with more banks of different kinds as well. We want to open more and have freedom to build more things. But people have to fundamentally accept the complexity of all of it, right? Of collecting tokens of different kinds and exchanging them for cash, and you can earn those tokens in a different way. Like, technically, Bitcoin is attempting to invent this token system, and it's like right there. Maybe it needs to be properly adopted. I'm not sure, because tokens are not necessarily supposed to be decentralized, right? Like, Bitcoin is not even a new invention. Decentralized tokens are just like kind of emergency situation and used for criminal use right now because it's an emergency situation. What is an emergency situation? A fucking shotgun. Who's gonna use shotgun more often? Criminals, right? So we should actually attempt to build centralized systems, because it's just so much easier to build centralized token systems, and that can actually peel us off a little bit away from money. When a rich person comes into my store and tries to buy my fucking tokens and we recognize him as a rich person, I'm sorry, bro. You'll have to pay extra. You'll have to pay 10 times as much, right? Some tokens can actually demand more money based on who's asking, right? If you can afford more, you have to pay more. This is the way we fucking can rob all them billionaires. We just simply say no to them unless they give us 1% of their net worth for the tokens. And what are we going to be doing with those tokens? Who knows, right? We'll have to invent some kind of exclusive things that we can do. But we can see capitalism is in its full extent. It wasn't actually able to manifest that many things, okay? And we already have another token system, again, centralized token system, which is social media. It has likes and comments and subscriptions. Those are tokens. We just can't spend said tokens, though. They get automatically reinvested to make the next video you make as popular, basically. So yeah, the idea, like, I didn't even watch this, because the idea of making money not valuable is like a fucking juicy thing, but you kind of have to keep it, unfortunately. It's the most vital thing, unfortunately. I'm sorry, dude. It's vital. So I immediately have to just dismiss this.
Americans are intellectually useless, and I say this as an...
This one's scary, bro. This one's scary, because she fucking insulted Europeans. So, I don't know, man. Maybe you fucking shorten your lifespan by doing that shit. Be careful when insulting Europeans. Europeans don't fucking exist. Where will you find them? So easily. So available. For insults. Alright, let her have it.
American. If you're a European, don't start chuckling to yourself, because I fucking hate you too. You are the cause of 99% of the world's sociological cancers. Now,
Sociological cancers. I have no idea what has been invented here, but you have to literally invent a new thing to be able to insult Europeans. You can hate me all day long, alright? Although that's also a bad recognition of Europeans. Like, you looked at my butt, maybe, when you were trying to talk to me, so you hate me now. I don't fucking get it. So I literally cannot, for the love of God, translate what she said as an insult to Europeans, so I'm just gonna, like... I can replay this clip. That makes more sense.
Excuse me, the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
Fuck you too, you bastard American! Fuck you too! Man, that's the best insult I've ever received. They can have the shittiest president, and we can't have... We have to be serious about this.
continue. Americans have been raised in a society that favors and...
She had to dunk on Europeans because it's a self-esteem thing. That's the problem with Americans. Like, Americans are so scared of feeding self-esteem to anyone. But eventually it's like, you're gonna breed anti-society. You're just gonna, with your fears, with your insecurities, with inability, like, when you see a successful person of like, oh, that one, I will give that person a self-esteem boost in the comment section. What the fuck are you doing? What are you gonna achieve with that bullshit? Feed people who are hungry. That is the ultimate choice. Feed people who are hungry. Is that really that fucking complicated? We are constantly getting the same fucking ideology in our eyeballs where a successful person gets additional gifts. Like, they're already successful. Why do you need to boost their self-esteem? Because you like them so much. Oh, excuse me? How about you come up to that fucking person, to a successful person, how can I feed your fans? What can I give to your fans to make them happy? That's the only way to go. Alright, that's the correct direction. I mean, Mr. Beast in that case is a fucking smartass. If we're talking about donating to different causes, Mr. Beast fucking nailed that one down as well. Of like, hey, I'm a give you gifts for your subscribers, right? I'm gonna give you money, but you don't need money. Your subscribers need money. It's like, wow, that's correct. This is the biggest problem I have with this anti-society bullshit. They keep teasing me of like, man, these big YouTubers get all the success, all the praise. No one else gets anything. When they fucking try to even exist, try to breathe, and try to say something valuable. And LARPing is just the next level of that example of like, well, you also have to act as the famous YouTuber. Then you can still get our little bit of attention, yes. Yes.
Anti-intellectualism and goes out of its way to push anti-intellectualism because it knows that if people were actually educated enough, they'd be super fucking furious and the system that currently runs would not be allowed to run. Because of this, people have not only become complacent in their stupidity, they have become proud of it. They act like anti-intellectualism is something to bash.
See, the funny thing is, Americans try to inhale as much copium, as much self-pride as possible at any given time. That's their role. That's their fake it till they make it mentality. I even saw like the craziest post. So it's like, why is this rich man role-playing borderline pedo, right? It's the most infamous person. Why is he so happy playing this role of like being, oh, I look like Jeffrey Epstein? He's successful, he's old, shouldn't he have dignity and what, all these like old man things? And apparently not. Apparently we're just fucking pretending all the way around here.
Like their lack of what's going on, their lack of giving a fuck is just somehow elevated and, you know, just more emotionally stoic and stable than the people who actually spend their time talking about, worrying about, thinking about real problems. You see this in the very, like, harsh, cruel pushback you get when people say, like, no, you need to speak properly. Like, you need to spell properly, you need to use proper grammar. Like, if you go through a public education system and leave not being able to read at least the level you graduated at, like, if you can't read at a high school level and you get a high school level degree, something failed. Like, you have been failed. But just because the systems around you fail, that doesn't mean you get a free pass to fail yourself.
So basically, I don't fucking understand anymore.
People need to take a lot more personal responsibility.
Look, if you can make American mad, you've done your job. They get a little bit of a ban, slap of a ban in their fucking face and shut down the conversation. You win. You win the social Olympics against that person. Because that person can't take it anymore. I have to feed this hungry person an insult additionally to everything that they are suffering from, right? Oh, I needed an insult in my life. Holy shit, I was seeking that this whole time. I put all this effort to get a fucking insult. Get the fuck out of here. This is why you have to still remind them, you're the higher power. You get to decide who gets to comment on your videos and what's not. And you kind of want to stay that way quite a lot. Because, I don't know, I haven't found a Discord where I don't get banned. And I just stopped searching for it. It's like, man, I don't fucking need it then. All I'm doing is encountering another anti-society. And again, YouTuber comment sections, completely useless. might be useful to, like, harvest a little bit of attention, to poke a bunch of individuals, but to actually be, like, care to use it at all? No.
I'm a virgin at 35. I've never had a boyfriend and I've never been on a date either. And it's not because I'm religious and it's not because I'm, like, repressed or anything like that. I've just never prioritized that part of my life. Subconsciously, it was really important for me to establish myself as an individual first and figure out myself and, like, what I'm doing. I haven't been ready. I just haven't been ready. I feel like now I'm just starting to approach that readiness, but it's still not something that I'm actively seeking out. I know people find it strange. I've just always moved at my own pace. Like, do not rush me. I'm ready when I'm ready. That's why people are like, well, what the fuck you mean? I'm like, bro, when you are ready for something, you will know. Because everyone's on their own timeline. I know I am. I'm a virgin at 35.
Best I can do is pull out the self-improvement matrix, and you might not be ready to hit this level. Alright? So you might be at this level, and you're improving over here. What does that mean? You are interacting with society, you're sticking with society, you're not getting crippled and isolated, but you never spark any relationships. Those tend to slip away. For whatever reason. You're not evil enough to excite other people. That's usually how it goes, by the way. You have to be evil enough, you have to be greedy enough for all those Discord channels. You have to want something really, really badly, but it has to be somewhat overwhelmingly coherent, and you have to follow all the rules to get it, right? The moment you start poking things around and being curious, fucking it irritates people immediately. But it's almost impossible to tell. It's impossible to tell. So the only thing is it just becomes a hurtful experience that elevates you further down the path of self-esteem. Of like, man, I don't need these motherfuckers. Whatever they're doing is just fucking around. I would love to start the social experiment phase. As a godlike individual, I want to now infiltrate as many groups as possible, just for the sake of destroying them for entertainment. Just to see what happens. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's definitely a problem there. Well, yeah, just to see what happens when it comes to me pushing effort and me pushing fucking moral values or something. And I still have no idea what the real plan is. But the normal plan would be gold digging, right? It's like we're trying to find good individuals, bad individuals, try to label as many of them as possible. And we're also accept the ban very much. We welcome it with open arms because we don't give a fuck. It's a social experiment. It's the ultimate part of the social experiment. But while we're at it, we're gonna fucking gold dig. Ask too many questions. So I don't know. This could be at some point my type of content. Yes, every single time I get banned from Discord, I'm like, shit, I'ma invade it with other people. I'm not sure how much closer I am to this sort of dream. Because again, people have to collaborate. We'll get to play God. Isn't that interesting?
Elon Musk is not actually a billionaire. He's a very, very compromised, drug-addled human being. The claim...
We get to play God because I don't respect anyone else anymore. I mean, you look up, you see Elon, oh shit. No one really likes him. People are pushing propaganda of like, yeah, this guy is kind of fucking disgusting. And the most important part, this interests a lot of people because they put their investment or savings into this thing. And when it gets tied to Elon Musk stock, that is the fucking end of the world. Holy shit. What if Elon Musk bubble pops? So I think that's the one.
Elon Musk is officially worth $1 trillion.
So he just has $1 trillion in his bank account?
No, he has two companies that are worth hundreds of billions of dollars that combined reach $1 trillion, making him the world's richest person, even richer than the next 5 billionaires combined.
5 billionaires combined?
Not only that, Elon Musk is officially richer than 3 countries' entire GDP.
So on and so forth, guys. We made it.
now, apparently, because the White House just released their new counterterrorism strategy guidebook, and in that guide on page 5,
It's
they
a guidebook,
reference
though.
anti-fascists. That's right. If you are against...
Well, the funny thing is, you have been screaming so fucking much that people are fascists, so they're gonna go after you because they see you as the fucking radicals of the left group. Sorry. Sorry the fucking E, but that's just how government works. If you actually put the puzzle pieces together and you fully understand how government works, it's pretty simple, right? Pendulum swing. They're gonna go after radicals of the left because, you know, the terrorist will come from the left now, not the right. Right wing is not gonna try and terrorize anything. They're sort of winning anyways, unless they want to go after Israelis, I guess. If there's like a, you know, hidden society behind Republicans. But yeah, you guys are the suspects. Big fucking deal, right? Go panic about it.
Okay, so it's not like this much, right? That's like
Apparently add a lot of salt to water when you're cooking pasta.
a pinch. It's more like a punch. You know, you kind of pick up like that much and drop it in there. You want it to taste like the sea. You gotta see
this out. So migrants are leaving Northern Ireland after the third night of civil unrest. It's like the people have more power than the government does. Interesting, right? Maybe we should try that here in the United States. I don't know.
This is where the fucking degeneracy came out right in the end of the sentence. Hey guys, I am American talking about UK issues right now. Like, what the fuck is happening here? It's a crowd of fucking circle jerkers right now. Like, literally, internet is taken hostage by these antisocial people who think they can apply the same solution of purge to US. And a lot of people actually are upset about this situation that's happening. No, you cannot apply purge. Okay, it's European exclusive. Because in Europe, an entire country can be corrupted. An entire country, because countries are fundamentally small. Right? So, a government can be corrupted, and it's starting to flood in with a lot of fucking trash. Like, you can imagine if California was a country, you could potentially purge it. You cannot purge it if it's a continental level or a superpower level of country. You can't purge that shit. So you have to do something else. What is it that Americans will have to do to fight anti-society? I mean, one interesting word is split. The easiest thing is to split them off as best as you can. You go to one side, they are left behind, and you split them off. They have to fend for themselves. They don't get all the goodies that the good people have. The good people extract themselves away from the bad people, and the bad people collapse into a blob of nothing, crybabies basically. Please come back. They become better people automatically when the good people leave. Is the split what you have to do? No purging. Splitting. Alright? Purging is easy. But it's the only fucking option you have when you get like really, really fucking upset and there's a crowd of people of like, you gotta fucking join in. You gotta start fucking breaking havoc. I would support them. I would not really join them. It would be a little bit too crazy, but I would definitely not condemn their behavior. They're upset. They think there's no other fucking option. Government is 100% corrupted. We can't just fucking wait. Let's fucking go. And it was brewing this whole time. And things just kept escalating. Even worse stories came out. Even more police negligence came out. You can't fucking just sit there and accept it anymore. So people united their power, and you don't fucking stand a chance against Europeans. You don't stand a chance. They are organized. People say they're kind of doing it in the wrong way now. They're very organized. It's just pure destruction. The only question is, does it spread? does it spread across the rest of flammable Europe, basically? Because UK was like fucking inevitable that it's gonna happen. Like you could fucking predict it a mile away from this shit. Guys, the only unpredictable thing is that they will set it on fire. When I was talking about Purge, I was like, nah, they're just gonna fucking take off your wheels and go. And a Purge is like happening for everyone, not just for migrants. So I couldn't quite predict exactly. That was as close as I could get. There's still a chance that this is going to break out into just a much greater level of chaos. Who knows, right? Because the Americans also indicating of like, well, if migrants are, but they're just kind of suggesting of like, if migrants love violence so much, then they're just going to fight back. They're not going to care that much. And they're going to also create their own division of destruction as well. So Purge could actually get to the higher gear anyways. Eastern Europe fucking doesn't do shit, alright? We have a different problem of people becoming increasingly more toxic to each other. And it's survivable where I live. It's survivable. I did confront enough people to where, like, I have it. I have it under control.
Over 800,000 people immigrated to the UK
UK
last year,
immigration,
and this graphic shows which countries they...
No one complained about Chinese, by the way. There's a lot of them. No one complained. Like, this is what you have to fucking see, right? They are civilized humans. So what the fuck is the real situation? Well, the real situation is pretty bad. You don't hear nothing about civilized people. Nothing. It's them from Nigeria, Pakistan, and India. They make a lot of fucking noise, and there's a lot more additional trash. Asia looks big, but you have to split Asia into two different sectors. India and China is one sector, then there's the rest fucking weirdos. So, like, the data actually shows an anomaly that has to be fixed. Thank you very much for noticing. Oh, you didn't notice. Oops.
Call me human, but becoming the world's first trillionaire while your fellow humans starve to death doesn't make you a visionary. It makes you the world's biggest cunt, the world's most extreme narcissist, the world's deepest asshole. Call me.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Well, only the blue one is.
Yeah, remember Nikola Tesla being talked about, and he was talking about vibrations and how different objects vibrate at different frequencies, and it's like, shit. You can see it as a real experiment. Anyways, oh, I might start cooking next year. I'll be watching a lot of this guy.
You're telling me it took 40 years to hear my wife say, I want that in my mouth? Ain't no way.
We're gonna watch this together. I haven't seen the whole clip, so let's fucking chill. No meme for the ending, but I might start cooking because I recognize how valuable of a skill it is. It pays a lot of money. If I'm getting government benefits, learning how to cook will earn me the most amount of money probably that I've ever earned in my life, because it's exponential, right? If you have $500 and your food expenditure is $200, okay, you have $300 left. So how many times can you do the expenditure? 2.5 times. What if your expenditure drops down to this? Now you have ability to have 3 meals or 3 months of meals, right? So every single time you shrink, it grows exponentially. If you put it down to like $120, now you can have 4 amount of meals. You can feed 4 months worth, and so on. You bleed less money, you have more money to spend Fuck yeah. And that money becomes more valuable because your food expenses are cheaper. However, you do have to sacrifice time. You do have to learn skills. And I never push myself to do it, but I feel like there's no way out of this. We have to maximize our cooking skills. If that's where all my money is gonna come from. And you might want to learn something too. Because we're about to like make shit cheaper on my channel. Again, next year. Right now we're talking about technology.
True story. I was sitting on the couch. My wife gets all excited and she says, I want that in my mouth. I said, what? And then she sent me this video. I mean,
one thing I'll be doing this month is popping popcorn. You can buy corn kernels for very cheap, so I want to see how doable it is to make yourself a snack. Snacks are fucking amazing when you can have them. I already love cornflakes as a snack, but popcorn seems a little bit more clean, but no, it's not. No, it's not. So I feel like kernels are actually gonna be worse than just straight up buying a bag of flakes. But these are kind of confrontations you have to make with yourself. Like, well, I wasn't buying flakes up to this point. But if I had to choose now between popcorn or flakes, I probably would go with flakes. And you end up just accepting that flakes are a good thing to buy. Because you would buy neither up to that point. We'll see how it goes. Literally, kernels $3.80 for a kilo. That's a lot. Flakes in my shop, $2 per kilo. So that's the cheapest food. And it's a very edible food as well. As good as a snack. It's fucking perfect. So why would I even bother trying to make popcorn? I wouldn't. That's the point. You know, I caught myself off guard of like, shit, I have to take that pig. I have to just buy the cheap thing. And when you have enough of the cheap thing, then you're not buying as much of expensive foods. I don't think I will end up just like fucking ordering all my food online though. It would be nice to, you know, buy in bulk. I am, you know, downplaying a farmer's market, but maybe farmer's market, maybe that's the job. Like you go to farmer's market, it's like, hey guys, I can sell your stuff online. That's a business idea, right? You have to think like a businessman in that case. If you want a job and you can't find a job, half of the time while you're looking for a job, you have to actually, maybe you can build a business because you know how the internet works and a lot of things don't exist on the internet until you fucking make it exist. Farmers markets still exist in my area and it's like a thing of the past. Like, why would anyone care, right? When you can just like deliver someone the goods to their door, make it convenient for them. Because internet, like you would take it for granted, but people can actually leave their address. They can contact you directly, DM their address. You get their contact details very quickly as well. Like, you can take a lot of things for granted that make for a good business and you make a bunch of money. Like, that's crazy. You can miss those opportunities so easily. Anyways, I personally am settling on a simple life. I have already a goal to achieve, a big-ass goal. Probably fucking world-changing goal. Killing polygons. Yes. Let's keep going, though.
That looks absolutely amazing. S'mores bark? Yeah. Put it in my mouth. Put it in her mouth. Oh, yeah.
See, the funny thing is, why would you ever buy a chocolate bar where you can make it? You can just make it. And the real question when it comes to cooking, how many things can you possibly make? And you're usually going to end up with a cheaper or actually like affordable item in the end of the day.
Like it. Also, I just threw this shirt on. I've had it on 5 minutes. And most
importantly, you get the control of how it tastes. That's probably the most important part.
I don't know what I have done, but I got something on it. The bad thing about this recipe is there was no recipe. All I know is I need to melt marshmallows, I need to melt chocolate, and I need graham crackers. We're just gonna wing it. Let's go. That's the wrong burner. I was like, it's on, but it ain't on. I'm gonna go ahead and melt this whole big bag. I don't know that I'm gonna need this much, but this is a 16-ounce bag. And they used it, looked like a half stick of butter. With all these marshmallows, I'm gonna throw in a whole stick. While this is melting, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my chocolate ready. She used a extra large Hershey's bar, and they didn't have any at the store. They just had this giant. So we're gonna melt this sucker down. We need a baking sheet, and she didn't put any parchment paper down, but I'm gonna put a layer down just to be safe. And then she took some graham crackers, and she lined the bottom. Once your marshmallows and your butter's melted, pour it over top of your graham crackers. All right, I think I used every bit of that. Spread this out the best you can. All right, our chocolate's melted. I'll be honest with you, I think I may need 2 bars. All right, spread this out. Yep, I definitely need to melt 2 giant Hershey bars. All right, another chocolate bar melted. Gosh dang. This thing's hard to hold. All right, now does that look pretty? Not a chance in France, but I don't think it matters. Now take some graham crackers, crumble them up over top. And then she took some of these little bitty mini marshmallows. I'm gonna try to shove this bad boy in the fridge, and we'll be back whenever it sets up. All right, we're out of the fridge. I think we're as set up as we're gonna be. All right, I'm gonna put it in my mouth, and I'm gonna put it in hers. Ain't that right? Huh? She don't pay no attention to me. Here we go. Oh wow.
Bro suffered a fatality. Thank you guys for watching.